Hey YouTube, this is part 1 to hopefully my 3 videos of about 5 minutes in length of putting back an H&R single shot shotgun. This one in particular is a 410. I don't know if the older models or the rifle models have the same components, but if they do, you can put your shotgun back together, or rifle, or whatever. First, before we get started, I'd like to mention that I will not take responsibility for you screwing up, because this isn't something you should really be doing. It's not required for cleaning. It shouldn't be really required for anything, and if you do need it, you should take it to a gunsmith, because they're certified to do this, and they'll do it the right way without scarring your weapon or hurting you or hurting whoever's shooting it. So take it to a gunsmith. Don't blame me, don't blame H&R. That's why they don't have videos out on it, because it's complicated, and you should have a gunsmith do it because of the tools and the chance of screwing up your firearm. And you should have a gunsmith do this. But if you have to, you can use this video. So first, let's get started with the tools. Start with a good lighting, and then also get yourself a handheld light so you can look inside the frame. Remember, this frame is very small. It's going to be hard to work with. Next, have some patches for your punches. Have some things to grab both patches and whatever falls into your housing as you're working on it. I have a pair of like little pliers and then cheap little tool. It's plastic. It's from Walmart. I got a punch. It has both plastic and a metal side. I have 2 steel punches, a 3/32 and a 1/16. And then I have a I already forgot what it is. It's a brass punch. It is a 5/16. You can go maybe a little bit larger, a little less. This is for putting in your main pins. And then here we have a part of a skewer. I'll show you how that's used in a second. And 2 skewers to basically work inside, because this frame is so small you can't get your fingers in there. That's part of the reason why it's so tricky. Just twist on over. This first part of the 3 videos is basically just tools and how you are going to put them in what order and what parts of the gun you should have. So let me lower you here. Sorry if this video is shaky. My bipod's not exactly in the best shape. Or my tripod, sorry. Along with those tools, those handheld tools, you should have some type of gun holding device, whether it's sandbags or a vise or whatever you can hold your weapon in. These are the groups you're going to put them in series into the rifle. Your first group is a spring, the sear, and then the sear housing, I believe it's called. That's the first group. Next, you're going to put in the trigger guard. This contains a spring for your drop and a spring for your, see if you can see that, a spring for your trigger. It's very small. Next, you're going to put in your trigger itself. Then you're going to put in your firing pin. It looks kind of funky. I'll show you that later. You're going to put in your trigger, or your hammer. Your hammer comes along with the spring. And then your drop. I call it a drop. I don't know the exact name of it. It's a button to the side of your hammer that you click to drop the barrel. So along with these components, these main 5 groups in the trigger, or the firing pin, these main 5 groups, they all have their own pins. 3 of the groups have large pins of the same diameter of 4 of the pins. 3 of them are longer than the 4th one. Let me see if I can separate them. 3 of these are all the same length and the same diameter. They go to the hammer, the trigger, and to the sear. The skinny one will go to the trigger guard, and the shorter one will go to the drop. The reason they do that, and I'll show you here on the shotgun, is because, and you can tell the shorter one would be where the metal is less width. So you get your short one, 3 long ones, and at the bottom there's that little hole. That's your trigger. And the order these are going to go in here if you want to take notes before we start doing this. This is going to be the first hole you're going to fill, right here. Then we'll put in the trigger guard, like over here. Do this 5 things in a row. The sear, the trigger guard, the trigger, and the trigger bar, the hammer, and then finally we're going to put in the drop. Also, I forgot to mention this, along with this firing pin, you're going to have the firing pin spring. Mine somehow stays in there unless I try to get it out, so I just leave it in there, because the more springs you can leave in your gun without losing them is better. You can, oops, sorry for that shake, you can see it in there. That's going to be where your firing pin goes. So yeah, I'll get set up and we'll come back and we'll start putting the gun together. Like I said, no responsibility taken by me or the gun shop or the manufacturer. Thank you.